Hi, I'm Luis.
My name is Brett.
Welcome to Useless Banter.
A podcast where two best friends won't
Shut the fuck up. Basically a podcast where we talk about a bunch of useless shit that doesn't really matter, but is highly entertaining.
So grab a drink, lower your expectations,
and let's get useless. Okay, well, cheers, girl. Cheers, mom.
With my broken ass wine glass.
Oh my God, it's still broken. And hey, we have not fixed it. I think it's a very accurate depiction.
Honestly, of me.
Of us. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Of you. So dive into that. Why do you think you're broken? I'm just kidding.
Well, I did just total my car.
Oh, right. And I picked you up with Aubrey.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. I literally just totaled my car. It was very traumatizing.
Woof, that was crazy.
But long story short, I'm gonna go Jeep shopping, so it's like everything's fine.
Hey, and we leave for Europe in like 48 hours.
Two days. Hey, haven't packed a lick. Haven't even cracked open the suitcase, babe.
Oh my God.
And I'm going shopping tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Work. No, I mean, period. Honestly, the only reason I have kind of is because I moved this weekend.
Yeah.
Man, I moved this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved this weekend. So honestly, as I was packing things up, I was like, oh, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take that. So in my head, I kind of already know what I'm taking for the most part. And I did go shopping on Friday. Ooh,
so
got these new sneakers.
I know, those are so cute.
Yeah, they were half off.
If you see me out with those same pair.
Then like, hey, don't say nothing.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be gagged.
No, the way that I feel like we're going to be sharing clothes on this trip.
100%. Except I'm like, stop getting those little fucking pants hemmed, bitch, because I can't wear your pants.
Oh, I know. And I can't wear yours because they're going to be dragging on the floor. Yeah.
Oh my God. But anyway, so in preparation, we have been
going crazy,
hitting it. Yeah.
And like, we are people who are very active. So I do want to preface it by saying like, well, I don't even feel like I need to preface it, honestly.
Bitch,
but
don't preface shit.
Yeah. I'm like, honestly, it's just we are very active people, and I think we just want to feel our best. And we even said that sometimes the whole exercise and things, yes, it is physical, but a lot of it is mental.
Oh, 100%. It's so mental. Yeah. So we've been I feel like the past few weekends, we have taken it upon ourselves where typically like we're usually going out and getting blacked out. I mean, no shade.
No, but like we are partying, we're having fun, we're doing whatever, having drinks.
Hey, you're like, we're partying, we're having fun. I'm like, we're getting blacked out.
He's like, we're Mexico Simpson up in here.
Yeah, on Fridays, that's like our typical gig, but we've been like
good,
nunning it up and just really diving in because we're like, okay, we know we're about to go batshit crazy in Europe, so we're like, let's cool it. Like the club can miss us for a second. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
So we've been like staying at home, keeping it cute on Fridays, and then we waking up on Saturdays and doing either like berries and soul, or I just made you come take.
Oh my God,
Bethany, Drip Cycle, which is a studio that I teach at.
Spin and sculpt.
Spin and sculpt. So we've either been doing berries and spin. So those two.
So like hit and spin.
Yeah. Or
spin
and sculpt, which is like heated Pilates.
Yeah. So we've been doing 2 classes.
Yeah. So like psychotic and then
crazy
psychotic
and crazy.
Yeah.
100%. No, but honestly, it has been kind of nice because and I'm sure you can relate to this too, but like as someone who works in fitness and like I'm teaching all these classes, like sure you're active or I'm active, but I'm not doing a majority of the class,
I fully agree. And sometimes it's like I miss being a student.
Yes, me too. So
like I want to turn my brain off. I want someone to yell at me and just tell me to shut up and do what they want me to do. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. Yeah. And I mean, especially Bethany, shout out to Bethany. I mean, that bitch is literally insane, but like literally, yes. It's so, you would think that, me, someone who's like so dancey and like my style of spin is like, I love like the performance of it all. And her class is the exact opposite. Like when you were in her class, you were literally training for the cycling Olympics. Yeah. Like, and she's like in your face being like, you fucking suck.
No,
like,
she literally
in the best way.
But it does, I mean, I get it. It does motivate you because even I was in class. First of all, she put me in the front row with you. And I was like, I cannot fuck up. Like Bethany's going to yell at me if I mess up or if I have a seat in the saddle. Like one time I could have sworn she said like, okay, have a seat. But then as soon as I sat down and I saw other people sitting down too, she's like, did I say sit down? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm sorry. So I literally was like, oh,
I also love taking her classes because she's really cultivated like a crew there where it's like every rider in that room is like a very talented rider. Like they're all athletes. They're training like athletes. Like they love that push. And then I've been like, trying to brainwash myself into being like a Pilates girl, spin, sculpts, or whatever. So anyways, we've been, diving in, and I feel like I use, and maybe you could agree, but sometimes I feel like I use fitness as like therapy.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I do think a lot of it is like the mental, and not that that's, I think a form of therapy. It can be therapeutic and cathartic, right? Like it's very, I feel like you're releasing endorphins and the toxins and things, but it's also just a mental state. You're taking care of your mental well-being as well.
Yeah.
It's all about the health and wellness.
Yeah. You really are working on like your mental toughness, and I don't know. There's just nothing like it. Like no matter what, after I finish, especially like a class setting where there's a group of people, there's an energy in the room. It's like no matter what, when I finish the class, I always feel like better mentally too, like obviously physically, but like mentally. I
definitely think there's like a balance to it, of course. Like, we, I think, go through waves where we really, really double down and go ham on it. But I also think there are moments where we have to pull it back a little bit and take care of our bodies and our mental mental well-being, just because I think sometimes we are so go that if we are go already in our day-to-day and then we add on like all this craziness, like sometimes it can be a lot. So I do think that there's a balance to it, but I also think like we listen to our bodies, we know when we want to turn it up and bring it down and all that kind of thing. And I think that's fine as long as you're like taking care of yourself in between, I
was like, are we healed, or are we like rebranding our own chaos?
Right. Like the idea is like, because I feel like some people will hear that and be like, oh my gosh, like, why do you need to double? And oh my gosh, why do you need to like do all this craziness? And it's like, okay, some people might see it as like, are you avoiding something? Are we using this
escapism,
which, hey, maybe there's a level of validity to that.
There is definitely a touch of that for me, babe.
Like sometimes I do be filling up my schedule with workouts to avoid some personal shit. Like in all honesty.
No. Same.
So yeah, I do think like, are we actually healing ourselves? Because it does feel good to work out. It does feel good to push. We are those people who like to be like sweaty, pushy, whatever. It does feel good.
Sweaty, pushy. I know. Well, I just had a friend stay with me, and she stayed with me for like 2 weeks. And I always like, it's like always like a disclaimer. Like when you stay with me, it's like, I feel like I'm like, I need you to know that my schedule is insane.
Yeah. Crazy.
So like I am like up and at 'em. I leave at like 5 a.m. And then it's like somehow, some way my day is just jam packed with things like every second. So like even, with her staying, and she's like, oh, okay, so what are you doing? Like, what are you doing now? And I'm like, oh, I have a workout. And she's like, well, do you like have to go? And I'm like I don't have to do it, but like I have to do it.
But that's you taking care of yourself. Yeah. That's like an hour that you're carving out for you,
Right. Yeah. But then it's like, oh, well, I'm going to take another one after that. And then it's like, okay, babe, like, what are you running?
Okay, yeah. It gets a little crazy sometimes. I do feel like people will sometimes, have that reaction. They're like, okay, this is like really excessive. Again, it's like, I know that I don't need to be doing that all the time, but I have moments where some weeks I really do want to do it, especially because we're leading up to Europe, where I know we're going to be like,
that's my thing too.
Like I know we're going to be chilling. I want to enjoy. Sure, we're going to like hit a workout here and there, but like, I also think we're going to want to just enjoy our vacation. Yeah. So for me personally, I just want to do everything I can now so that I can go off and enjoy.
Yeah. Because I really do want to like tune out. I also want to feel good. Like whenever I'm on vacation, it's like, I don't know. I always like try so much harder to like put forth like effort into myself. Yeah. Because when I'm on vacation, I want to like release that stress and that pressure. Yeah. So I'm like, I really like, Coachella, like the things that we do, the big events that we do. I'm like, I want to lock in. So when I get there, I'm like, ooh. Yeah. She's feeling kind of cute.
And again, half of that is mental, right? Yeah. Half of that is just, 100%. That you put in the work and you should feel good about the work you put in. You know what I mean? Like I say it all the time in my classes, especially recently. I'm like, we work too fucking hard to not feel sexy as fuck right now.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God.
Like I've been preaching that in class, and I take it to myself too. Like I'm like exactly this. I'm taking care of myself. I'm working hard. I'm eating right. Like all this stuff because I know that in
for
2
future
days,
you.
yeah, I'm gonna want to enjoy the food, the culture, the drinks, the everything.
Yes,
you know.
Yes.
So I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about that. With that said, we should definitely take like a berries class or something while we're out there.
I want to take that like almost every day.
Yeah. Yeah. We're talking about like keeping it calm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna release the pressure.
And I'm gonna work out 3 times a day, and then in between, I'm gonna tour the city.
No, I know. I was already thinking, I'm like, oh, because you're running the marathon. I'm like, well, I have to work out that day. Like,
oh, but don't do it, FOMO. It's like I'm gonna have so much FOMO. No, you should.
Yeah. No, but I will be there to cheer you on. Don't you worry.
Wait, but also this is like our first not international trip because we've gone to Mexico together, but this is like our first big trip together.
I know.
Like
I mean, my first big trip in general. So
yeah, this is your first time going across the way. You've been to Canada and Mexico, right?
Canada, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah.
And the U.S. Mm-hmm. Like and other parts,
literally everywhere in the U.S. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited. I mean, I feel like it's funny. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, "Oh, who are you going with? Like to Europe? You know?" And actually, it was one of my bosses, and I was like, "Oh, it's like 5 of us." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, you have so many friends." And when you think about it, like 5 people isn't a whole lot. I mean, it's a lot to go on an international trip, but when you think about 5 people outside of a trip, you're like, okay, 5 people, that's a good amount. But yeah, to go on an international trip, it is kind of a big ask and commitment, and I do feel like it's hard to find people who really follow through with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I honestly am so incredibly grateful just because I don't really know anything and I don't know much about international travel. So you guys are all so well versed in it and have been like just like taking care of like booking the things, and most of you have already been to the place that we're going to. Mm-hmm. So you guys have been like doing all the things, the split wise, just setting everything up. So I'm like, all I have to do is pay my way, show up and bring good vibes. And so I'm like so grateful. It honestly couldn't be more ideal for my first time to go with people that are like experienced, and I'm like, I'm just, once again, the personality hire for the trip. I'm like, I'll make you guys smile.
Yeah. No, and period. And I think we're all going to have a really, really good time, honestly. And, like, for instance, Tani, like, loves Paris. So that's, like, her jam. That's her city, And, like, period. I was just in London with my friend. And, we've been to Rome, but, like, it's been so long. So it's all, I think all of us are really, really more than happy to, like, take the reins on it.
Yeah.
But, again, I do think, like, and that's like, it's totally understandable. A trip like this, I also just remind myself every time I go somewhere like this, that I really am just so lucky to be able to do it, because it's not cheap and it's not easy to ask for that much. No, right. And it's not easy to ask for that much time off work and, just all the things.
Yeah, I think that's like another interesting topic. Just like with trips that are expensive and just like life in general, I think that like, when you go and do things like this, like the topic of money is obviously brought up a lot, and in regards to different dynamics and friendships and how close you are with people, and like, where do you fall as far as like splitting the bill, and like how do you go about asking like your friends to pay you back, or what is like the norm, the timeline that's like comfortable for you, because I think that we've all grown up in different financial backings, and then also with like different financial like what's the word, like how do I explain, like my mom, for instance, is a super giving person financially. So like she's not like, and we never had money. We grew up super poor, but if my mom had $1, she's giving it to her best friend. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I feel like the way that I grew up is like, as I'm getting older, I'm learning that maybe it's not the best, but I am so giving financially, and I don't know, that sounds weird, but like I don't, I know what you mean. You're not I cover people if we go out to lunch, like, or whatever. I always forget to like ask people, or I get really uncomfortable asking people like, oh, hey, like, by the way, you forgot to do this, like, or whatever. Like, how do you?
I like it. I mean, I feel like we've just being friends encountered that dynamic. And I very much feel like it's interesting to hear that, because I do feel like, yes, I understand how it can be uncomfortable to ask for money. Personally, I'm also in the past more so, but have been avoidant in that sense where I just don't want a confrontation or conflict.
Yeah.
So I'm like sometimes in my head praying, like, please just pay me back, you know, without me having to ask. But at the same time, it's like I grew up with my parents who were very much like, it's not rude to ask for what you put in. You know what I mean? Like, it's normal and it's fine.
It
and
is.
I do think that growing up, I've been lucky enough to have groups of friends that have also reinforced that it is okay to ask for that or okay to just remind people, because it doesn't have to come off like aggressive or malicious or anything. It's just a simple fact like, oh, hey, when you get a chance, don't forget to Venmo me for, you know, dinner last night.
Right.
Something super simple like that. Like, I don't think it has to be this big ordeal. I think it can be really simple. And I think, to be honest, I think that people should understand that if you footed the bill or whatever for the night before, a reminder should be totally understandable. Like, I don't think anybody should be flipping out over a reminder like, oh my God, he's asking me for money. Like, girl, I covered you. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's 100% normal. And if they don't understand that, then babe, we got to figure something out. Like, that's not my, like, that's a personal thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you a Venmo requester or are you a just send me a Venmo? You know, like if you foot the bill, are you like, some people are very much like, oh, just Venmo request me. Like so I have it and I can accept it. Or are you like, no, I'll do the math. I'll send it to you. Like, which do you prefer if you foot the bill?
So if I pay for the bill.
Yeah. How do you prefer people to like, do you want to send the Venmo request out or do you want people to just Venmo you and figure it out in the bill?
I would rather people if I foot the bill, I would rather people just Venmo me what they owe. You know, if they do them, I would rather them just like do the math.
Then do the math.
However, I do oftentimes feel like when you're the one that foots the bill, people don't add in the tip or the tax or whatever. And somehow, some way, the service fee, you're not getting everything that you're supposed to get. So yes, I would prefer that because I get really uncomfortable. And it's also like, I already am the one that's like agreeing to give them my card and to cover this. The least that you could do is add up what you owe. You know, like I shouldn't have to go through and like do all the math. Like you should, I feel like just do that and then be able to send it in like a timely, it doesn't have to be right that second, but like in the next day or two, you know, like, I mean, I honestly, it's more ideal if they send it like at dinner. And like, here's my thing is like, I don't know if it's because I've just grew up super poor, but I am always extremely uncomfortable when somebody pays for me. So like if say you split the bill, I'm doing it right then and there. Like, because I can't have that like weigh on my conscience. Like, oh my God, I owe this person. Like that will eat away at me so bad because I feel like I have this like dying like need to be like independent or whatever. And I think it's just because I don't come from a lot, but like I also like am such a people pleaser that I'm like, oh no, like I feel so bad for somebody for like putting their card up or whatever. Yeah. But really you shouldn't. But it's like I know what it's like, and I know some people, hey, just be forgetting or what, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or just a few dollars short, whatever. And then so it's like whoever decides to foot the bill always ends up like they have like an extra, you know, weight to carry, and then whatever. And like I also am wildly uncomfortable asking people for money because I'm typically like the people that I love, I'm like, I got you. Like if you know what I mean, if I'm eating, you're eating. Like I feel like in regards to our dynamic, it's very much like you'll get dinner. I'm like, okay, girl, I'll get dinner the next day. Like
that's
but I think we're just so close.
Yeah. And I was gonna say that dynamic works with certain people.
100%.
Especially when you're very close to those people, because I like even Yvette and I are that way. You know what I mean? Like if I go home to San Diego and like we go out for breakfast and she covers it, then I'll get us lunch and coffee later. Right. You know, or like vice versa. And I feel like you and I are kind of that same way.
The same way, yeah.
Even if we're like out, right? Like you'll get around, I'll get around, you'll get around, whatever. You know, we like take turns, and I think it's just very much. Yeah, I don't know. I think there is that kind of. I very much with the people that I'm close with. I'm fine with that dynamic. I don't mind the, hey, you got me this time, I get you next time, whatever. But yeah, there are of course some people that maybe you don't see as often, and because that's another thing. How often do you see these people, right? It's like so the next time I see you might not be for 2 months, and who knows when that, whatever. So with certain people, sure, like I get it because I do get uncomfortable, especially like if I ask you once and then it still doesn't happen, then I get really uncomfortable asking you again because it's like, but at the same time, it's like I again just want you to remember.
Yeah. I also, it's like such a I don't know, like I can appreciate someone so much that is on top of that.
Yeah.
Like that's a
100%.
really great quality to have, like in a friend or whatever, for someone to just be like very considerate and, you know, like, hey, I know that you did this. Like, let me just make sure I'm like putting, you know, my bit worth or whatever, you know? So I am very, very appreciative, but it is always like an uncomfortable thing too. And I think too, like when you know, everyone makes a different amount of money. Everyone comes from a different amount of money. So like, there's a lot of things that like also are brought into those thoughts. Like, you know, I have empathy for this person. Maybe they're not like thriving right now, like financially or whatever. And so, but at the end of the day, like we are all adults. And so like whatever weight that you take up in a space is what you should pay for. Right. Like,
yeah. And I do understand that people go through ups and downs, right? Like, and that's one thing I would hope that people feel, and I get it because it's an ego thing and sometimes you're embarrassed to like share that side of you know?
But communication goes
because I think like if you were really going through it and you couldn't afford to pay for dinner or whatever, like, you know, if we talked about it and you're like, hey, I'm just going through this right now, like I think I would be more inclined to help you out
100%.
Than if I didn't know what was going on. Of course, I'm going to get frustrated if I'm having to cover you all the time or whatever. Granted, of course, there's a line where you don't want to take advantage of your friends. But again, I think that conversation does go a long way. But again, I understand that a lot of times it's embarrassing to have that conversation.
It is. Yeah. And so. I think that's also why I have so much empathy. It's like, I know what it's like to have nothing. And so I remember like being in school and like, not be like struggling to like pay for like lunches or like whatever, going to friends' houses. Like, and so like, I feel like in regards to anyone that's in my life that may be struggling financially, I'm always like, I got you. I got you. And my belief is always like, oh, if I put like good into the world, into the universe, like I know if I ever needed this back, like you got me. Like I just care about you deeply. And like, I'm going to make sure you're good because you're my people and whatever. Do you feel the same in regards to dating?
I was literally just gonna ask you that. That's so funny.
It's like we're best friends.
It's like we're best friends or something. Yeah, because I was gonna like, my question was gonna be like, okay, do you care who pays for dinner?
So, okay,
first date. Let's go from there.
This is so interesting because I don't know why I'm so uncomfortable with people paying for me. You.
So you pay? Do you usually pay for the first date?
I always offer my card, or I will fight to. I will fight to at least pay half.
Okay.
Like if they offer to pay, I'm like, no. Like I got it, or like let me. It's like a natural reaction. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like an internal like ego thing. You know, like I'm like, I came from nothing, so like I like no. I can prove like I'm worthy of paying for this. You know what I mean? Like I can like. Or I don't like people to ever think of me as like someone that's like in need. In my mind, like when I talk about it, I'm like, oh my God, a guy, he paid for the meal. Like that's so attractive. Like whatever. Yeah, I want you to like swoon me or like whatever. But then when it comes down to it, I like, if he pays, I like have like a debt in my mind that I'm like, I have to pay the next time. Like I cannot let him like be paying for me more than I paid for him, you know? And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. But also like both relationships that I've been in, like serious relationships, I absolutely was the breadwinner and I paid like,
okay, sugar daddy.
Yeah. I paid the rent and like majority of the rent I paid for like most of us to like live. And so I don't know if I just, and my dad was the same way. Like my dad was very much like the way that he showed love was through like financial support. Like that was his love language. Right. And so I'm like, you know, I wonder if it's like I've picked some of that up from him or if it's an ego thing or I don't know. I get really uncomfortable and I want to be better at that. Like because I feel like I do a lot for people in my life and like I should, you know, allow people to like if a guy wants to pay for dinner, like I shouldn't feel guilty about receiving that. But it's hard. It's really hard for me. Yeah. And that's something I've been like noticing a lot more because I've been going on a lot more dates and just being like out and about. And it's like, I like immediately am like, and even with my friends too, I'm like, no, I got it. No, I got it. Like, you know, and I don't, but I'm like, I don't know why that is. Like, the second that someone pays for me, it like eats away at my brain. Like, oh my God, I owe them.
I mean, I think it's like as your friend, I think I appreciate the offer, but there are times where I do feel you get very like, even like the other night when I was like, when I paid for dinner, I was like, I
literally,
could feel you.
Last night.
And I could feel you like waiting for him to like get the, like, I guess I was like, you know what I mean?
I was anxious. Yeah. I was literally like, oh my God, like.
But I was like, for the record, like you had just helped me move that like yesterday,
Yeah.
We freaking took my whole bed and took it to the car.
Hey, it was like, how many gays does it take to get this damn mattress up?
I'm driving the U-Haul, and then we got the mattress and the box screen down.
Back in the U-Haul up, I'm like, keep going. You got, okay, work.
Yeah,
and then we're literally like dropping the mattress, like just struggling to get it.
No, literally.
I mean, but I'm just like, you're my best friend. Obviously, I'm going to help you move, whatever.
Like I would do the same for you. Yeah. And in that I was like, the least I can do is buy you dinner. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, like of course. But I do know you, and I do that you do get anxious in those moments sometimes. So of course, like in other scenarios as a friend, I appreciate you offering, but at the same time I'm like, I do want you to be okay with somebody taking care of you a little bit, because you do take care of your friends a lot, and we all appreciate it so much. Like that's also what makes you so special, but also like letting yourself be taken care of, I think it's
hard. I guess it's part of healing.
Yeah.
Right. Hey,
the journey.
What was it? What did I say earlier? I'm like,
are we healed or are we rebranding the chaos?
Like, period.
Like, honestly, that's so real. Because sometimes I do feel like I really am just rebranding.
No, like, hey, like, I'm not sure, but like, let me tell you that the chaos is definitely elevated. Like,
no, the chaos is,
like we've leveled up the chaos, but it is chaotic and it's still questionable, but like,
but we've been doing better, I will say.
It's like a cute aesthetic of chaos.
We call it spontaneity and mystery, That's what keeps us interesting and unique.
You just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Just a little sprinkle of surprise here and there, Keep it spicy.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so what about you?
In terms of...
like a guy paying for...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And like, is it like, for you, is it like a... first date basis? Is it like let's talk about first date.
Okay, I really don't care. Like we could split the bill.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's also sometimes I'm like, okay, who asked who on the date, like type of thing, because it's like,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because the only reason I say that is because if you're deciding on the activity and you're deciding on the restaurant, let's say, and you're like, I'm a very like, I'll go with the flow. I'm not a picky eater. Like I'll just whatever. But it's also like, okay, if you're taking me to this fancy, expensive dinner, I'm okay with splitting it. But I'm also like, at the same time, if you do want to cover the bill, if that's like your gig and you're like, I'm taking you out, like whatever, I'm also okay with that.
You're like, I'm baby girl.
Yeah, I mean, one, it is nice to be taken care of, yes, but at the same time, I don't need that. You know what I mean?
I think too, also it's probably a little bit different because it's like when we're going on dates, it's obviously man to man. And so it's not like, I feel like with men and women, it's a little bit different because it's like, I think a lot more women want to be like swooned, and it's like
well, it's just the tradition that has been set in
traditional
society.
But when it's like man to man, I'm like, no, like I'm a grown man, like I can pay for you too, you can pay for me. So it's like there's not as much of an expectation like, oh, you got to cover the bill, because then that plays into, I think, like extremism, top and bottom roles,
100%.
which I don't think could either one of us fall into.
No, I don't think and I also don't really want that. I
don't want that either.
Yeah, so I feel like, and the thing with me, it's kind of like how we say the friendship thing. Like, if you were to pay for the first date, I will pay for the second date, or like vice versa. You know, like
right.
if I pay for the first date, I don't expect you to pay for the second date. But if you want to split it, sure. If you're like, no, you pay, like, if we have our little argument and whatever, and then you pay, like, that's fine. I believe in taking turns. Like, I'm also not like gonna sit here, and if you're really insisting on paying for dinner, I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm gonna pay for having, like, I'm not gonna fight. I'll offer, of course, and I'll be like, hey, but I don't expect you to pay every single time. Like, that's absolutely
I think that's also insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What was I gonna say? What about, okay, you're married.
Ooh, my God. What does that look like?
Fingers fucking crossed.
Yeah. I'm like, when?
right. Oh my God. Like, hey, this is an affirmation. We are manifesting.
Marriage.
So, okay, you're married. Do you think that you will have a joint account? Do you think you'll keep separate accounts? Will you have separate and a joint? Like, what's the tea?
God, it's like hard because like, how do you trust bitches? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, on God,
like on
bitch.
God, especially like I just like I don't know.
Hey, are we healed or are we rebranding chaos?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, okay, here's
I don't trust bitches
because here's the thing. I feel like, you know, my sister's married and like my straight friends that are married, like I feel like there's just
but none of the gay ones.
No, right. None of the gay ones. And I feel like there is a lot of, you know, also risk that goes into
no shade.
No shade. But like, you know, there's obviously infidelity and whatever. Like things can happen, okay? In a straight, gay, whatever relationship, like it doesn't matter. But I do feel like generally with straight relationships and marriages, there is just more of like a traditional line to be followed. You know, it's like you get married, you have a joint account, you buy a house, you have kids. Like there's just more of like this trajectory and there's more of like the societal expectation. So people tend to try and stick with that more so than veer off. With gay relationships, people don't really try to stay on any sort of traditional route necessarily because some do, right? Some gay couples really do get a house, have kids, like they have that trajectory. But a lot of times there isn't a societal expectation for us to have that. So really there isn't like an expectation for us to follow anything. So it's kind of like anything goes. And that's what gets me nervous, where I'm like, could someone just like go off and leave at any point, or could things change? Sure. You know what I mean? Like, could they change at any moment? So yes, ideally, I would find someone that I trust and that I want to build a home and a family with. That is definitely, you know, the goal. So yes, I do think I would have a joint account at some point, but finances are definitely a conversation to be had before getting married. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely think we have to talk about that. We have to be on the same page in terms of like, what are our finances going to? Do we want kids? Do we want a house? Do we want like all these things? I, to be honest, don't know if like, do you have a joint account and then do you have your own account, or is it just the joint account? I would imagine it's just the joint account, right? But I don't know. Do people have them?
I think that the gays definitely don't follow the norms, societal norms. I think probably in a lot more straight relationships, it's probably like just a joint account, because in a lot of situations, like either the man or the woman doesn't work. Like one of them is primarily the breadwinner, and so then obviously it does have to be a joint account. However, I think that what would be ideal for me and what I think that I would be comfortable with would be us having separate accounts.
And then a joint account that we use.
And then a joint account. And like we both put like almost, it's like we pay rent into the joint account, which would go towards a house if we're saving up for vacations, if we're planning on kids. Like,
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, because I'm not going to go buy myself cute outfits, Botox or whatever on money that you've made. You know what I mean? Like, I still want to be able to take care of myself, and then I think that we should both put in an equal effort to like, unless, you know, I marry like a millionaire, which I mean, I wouldn't be too mad about that one, but like obviously then maybe we would put different amounts into the account together. Or
I think to be honest though, now that you said that, I'm like, I think a lot of straight couples do that. A lot of straight couples that both of them do work, because a lot of straight couples nowadays do work, like both of them. So I think a lot of them do actually do that, where they'll have an account that they put, you know, towards like the mortgage or the kids or the college fund or whatever it is. I think that goes. But I think you're right. Like obviously sometimes there's a pretty big gap in what people make in terms of like, you know, one partner might make way more than the other. Sometimes they make the same, but like if that is the case, then I would understand being like, okay, you might put in a bigger portion just because that's what you make, and I'll put in what I can
Correct.
from what I make.
Correct.
So that part makes sense. And I do agree with you. That's probably the healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
Because then you also, again, you're working hard for your own money. Yeah. So you deserve to also spend some of it how you want.
Because it's like financial freedom and just like personal freedom. I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, like this is, I'm pulling out this card because I'm taking my girlfriends to lunch. Right. I'm not putting that on what we're saving for the house and kids. No, you know what I mean? Like that's what I made for me to be able to like live my life how I want to. Yeah. And I think that makes room for a healthier dynamic in regards to finances, where if we didn't have the separate accounts and I'm taking my girlfriends out to lunch, and then your partner is like, okay, I'm working my ass off, and you're over here taking your girlfriends out to lunch, you stop to get Botox, your Soul Cycle membership, and I'm like, hey, sorry, you know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want to feel guilty.
Then it gets messy.
Because then it's and I do feel like in my previous relationships, like financial resentment became a thing because it did feel like I was, you know, putting in more than I was getting out. And so
that's an interesting,
it leads to a lot more deeper things intimately and whatever. It's just like a big topic that leads to like a,
and we've kind of talked about this before. I believe with Aubrey too, but, just the idea of like dating someone either in your tax bracket, out of your tax bracket. Like some people really do want that dynamic of like, you're going to take care of me and I want to sit back and be baby girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as much as I want to say that it sounds nice and oh my God, I would love for somebody to take care of
me. We want to be baby girl.
Yeah, we want to be baby girl at
but
the
we're
same
just
time.
Not baby girl.
No, it's like, what is it? Like I was meant to be baby girl, but I was born to be independent. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I as much as yes, it's always nice to have a gesture made towards you or to be taken care of or whatever. At the same time, I don't know. And maybe it is my ego, to be honest. Like I think my ego would be blown knowing that I couldn't take care of myself or my partner. Like that would hurt, you know?
That would really hurt.
That would hurt. It would hurt. And I just wouldn't want to be in that situation. So sometimes I'm like, even having someone to just match your level would be amazing.
Yeah.
And how do you feel like that plays into friendships?
Woof.
Yeah. Because that's I feel like, to be honest, I feel like the friendship one is almost harder than the relationship one.
Because when you're in a relationship and you're in love with someone, you kind of are willing to do anything for that person. Where friends, yes, same thing. Like anything happens, like I am there, the first person there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I totaled my car and you dropped all your plans to meet me on the side of the road. Like you had to move. I'm like, all right, girl, I'll be, you know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
like in that regard, but in regards to like vacations and things that you want to do on the day to day,
festivals going out,
Yeah. It can be hard when, friends are not, I don't know how to say, like, are just not in the same financial bracket, you know, or like they're, you know, just at different chapters of their lives in regards to that. Because there is sometimes like a feeling of like, dang, like I really wish you could be here. I know that that's not realistic for you right now, but then it feels like, you know, you're missing out, or, you know, then you feel a little bit of guilt because you know, your friends who you knew would want to be somewhere doesn't have the means to do so in that moment. And I feel like I've ran into that, you know, a few times, and I've also been on the opposite end of it.
Right.
Like when I was younger, I was the friend that couldn't go anywhere or couldn't do anything. And like, I remember when I was young, like my friends' parents would pay for me to go on vacation with them. And I was like, oh my God. And then it's like, but then that's not the greatest feeling either. Like, obviously I was very appreciative, but then, you know what I mean? Because then, you know, even if we're to offer, then you know that person feels guilty, that you know what I mean? So
no, I get it.
Whereas with a partner, I'm like, I need you there. So I'll pay for you to be there, and I'm not going to, you know what I mean? It's a different, I don't know. It's just a different exchange.
I mean, I feel like with friendships, it definitely, sometimes it just is hard because you do feel guilty. And also same thing as for me, let's say, I don't want to be a burden on anybody.
Same.
So if I can't afford to do something or go somewhere, I never want to ask for help. And I know that you sometimes can, but like in certain situations, but I never want to, because I'm just going to feel like a burden, and because I'm just gonna, again, maybe it's the ego thing, but I'm just gonna feel sad that I can't support myself to that extent. But I've also been, same thing, I've been in circles or friendships where I'm not at their level, and that I just can't be dropping the money that they're dropping, and that's fine, you know? Like at the end of the day, unfortunately, it doesn't always allow you to get closer to those people, because you're just missing out on the regular activities that they take part in. But that I also have to remind myself, like, those friendships can be had. 100%. They might look a little different, so those friendships can be had, but also I know that I will find my people if that doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
100%.
So I don't know. It is hard, but life happens sometimes. I don't know. It's fucking hard though.
Yeah, life do be happening.
Life be happening, girl.
Okay, gal. Well, I can't believe I haven't fucking packed anything. That's like the only thing that's on my brain right now is I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like I have to go shopping. I had to pack. I have to get a haircut. I have to tan. I have to do
Oh my
all.
God.
I have to do
get
all
my
the
face
fucking things.
done. I have to get a facelift. I have to
No,
go
literally,
get my
I
knees
just got
done.
Botox. Like, okay,
Yeah, I got my
we-
Botox too. So if you guys see any crazy expressions,
Yeah.
or lack of,
or frozen,
yeah, or lack of,
She
then you
froze.
know why
She
she froze. She froze. Yeah. You know, I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be an adventure of a lifetime.
Yeah, and hey, we're gonna try to bring
Little mics,
so we can chit chat.
Yeah.
With
Probably do some like TikToks and stuff.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah. I can't wait.
And yeah, we'll hopefully have some good content, international content.
Oh, we're going overseas, baby girl.
Yeah, and you know the stories that we're coming back with.
Oh, girl.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if we'll be able to talk about all of them on the
The stories you hear are going to be like 2% of what actually goes down.
Yeah. So whatever we say, just multiply that.
Yeah.
And then think of the worst possible thing, and that's probably what we did.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No, honestly. Well, I can't wait. Cheers to
being gay.
We're here, we're queer, and we're ready to cheers.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.